What is a Power BI? Power BI is basically a data visualization and a business intelligence tool that basically converts the data from different sources to an interactive dashboards in any of the Power BI reports. So that's what we talk about, the data visualization and the Power BI tools. So like we have the other visualization tools in market, similarly, Power BI is also one of the data visualization tool, and it's a business intelligence tool as well. So it is basically a part of Microsoft basically a part and a suite of Microsoft. That's why it is as a part of a business intelligence tool that basically converts the data from different data sources and helps you to interact with the dashboards and other Power BI reports. So if you want to interact with the dashboards or you want to create any Power BI reports or anything of that sort, so then in that case, we go ahead with the data visualization and business intelligence and all the Power BI tools in that case. Now, what is a data visualization? Data visualization is something which helps you to turn the granular data into an easily understandable or visually compiling and an useful business information. So whenever you want to make a data very much visually influenced, visually appealing a data wherein the data would be looking very convenient, you need to study them in a granular level, you need to understood easily, visually, and you want to compile the useful business informations and all that stuff. So then that is called as a data visualization. It basically helps you to turn that all the granular data into a very easily understandable and visually compiling and a useful business information. So like you see over here, when I make a kind of a sales report where I have an overview about the numbers, how much is there in the numbers, how much for the prices, like I can show you the overview of the sales report for different countries, which is Australia, that is 5.3 million, for Canada, for then you have for the France, for Germany. So these are the numbers. And then there are key influences and the top segments where you can have these top management things and everything. Then you can have a visual like this way, where you can see a sales graph by basically any brand or any brand names or anything of that sort, or maybe categorization on different things and all of that stuff. So basically, all these things helps you to form a data visualization, which helps you to turn the granular details and the granular understanding of the data more understandable and more visually compiled. So here you can see that the data has been compiled very visually, and you can also see that the compilation is very useful. Like for a sales numbers or for the sales reports that we go ahead, we can see that yes, there are different view of sales for each country, like how many sales have been done by each country, that is being visually represented, that how many key individuals are there, that is visually represented, how many business informations are shown, that are visually represented. So these business informations are combined to form a data visualization. Now, why it is called as a business intelligence tool? Now, business intelligence tool basically uncovers the insights for making strategic decisions. So whatever strategic decisions you want to make, like maybe which is based on the business performance management. What is business performance management? Like, for example, how your business is going to perform, how it is showing, like whatever data you are studying for. For example, if I'm talking about the sales of a company, I'm going to look for the business performance of that company. So basically, I would strategically, I have to think about it and I have to know that how it is going to affect the performance of that company, or how the business performance management is going to come up or to work for. That's something which we need to know. Then there are data governance, wherein data governance is how you're going to govern the data. So business intelligence in whole is a management, first of all, how business is going to perform and how the business is going to get managed. So that you have to see. Then there is data governance. Data governance in the senses wherein you have to see how you have to govern the data, how you have to maintain the data, how the data is going to work, what is the type of data that is going to come to you and how you're going to utilize the data and in what all forms you're going to utilize that data. These all things you need to understand. Then you have business intelligence program, wherein you would be understanding that, okay, what are those programs by which you can actually understand the level of the business, how the business works, how everything works, and all of that. So then there's a business intelligence program all in all, which comes into picture. Now, what are those business intelligence program covers in themselves? Business intelligence program basically covers like the discussion of the tools, information about the tools, what are all the tools all about, and how that performs in the business, how that looks in the business, everything that is there in the form of a business intelligence program that covers up in the business intelligence tool. Then you have the fourth as data architecture. Data architecture means to combine the data, to make the data more in a form of a appealing senses and an understandable senses. So the other person who is sitting across should understand, okay, these are the data that you need to understand and these are the data that we need to figure out and we need to learn about it. That's called as data architecture, making the data into an understandable format. Then the next is data warehouse and laking. Data warehouse is basically where you keep the data. Once you got all the data from all the sources you need, maybe it's from a different source, maybe it's from a vendor, maybe from an offline source, maybe from the campaign you are running, anything of that sort, then you accumulate the data in a pool from where you can take the data up. And these data warehousing and laking is called as the data management or making the databases in a very simple term. So we make different databases so that we can take those data and utilize those data in a way. So that's why we talk it as a data warehousing and lacking sort of an intelligence system. Then we have the next is as data integration. So data integration is something wherein you integrate your data, you make your data more useful in a sense that it integrates in a form, it works in a form, and it provides you the basic insights of it. So these six terminologies makes your business intelligence. And all these things can be done into a one source, that is your Power BI, which is actually a very influential tool which uncovers the insight of making your strategic decisions, which helps you to analyze historical and the current data and present a finding in an intuitive visual format. In a visualized format, you can have the intuitive visual format, you can have the visual data, you can study, you can learn about them. So all of these things covers under the business intelligence tool and make your tool more appropriate, more data driven and everything.